So you're trying to build your business on Pinterest and get traffic from Pinterest. So how do you do it right now? The best way to do it right now is through idea pins. So in this episode, I want to talk to you about what idea pins are and how you can best use them in your strategy to grow your business. My name is Michelle Gifford. I'm a brand strategist and I'm a business coach, a mom to 5, and I just want to help you build your business online. And if you're a mom like me, you know you don't have time to waste. And so I just want to give you the best strategy tips in the most efficient way so that you can use them to grow your business. I also run a marketing agency where we will take over your Pinterest for you. So if you're getting overwhelmed or confused by Pinterest, don't even worry about it. You can click my links below and we'll take care of it for you. So let's talk about idea pins. What are idea pins anyway? Well, idea pins, they used to be known as story pins. And what they are is videos and pictures strung together in one pin. And so it's kind of like a slideshow, and you can have videos and images together. You can have up to 20 pages, and Pinterest recommends that you do no less than 5. And the whole goal here is to create really valuable content for people. So if you were like a cake blogger and you shared cake recipes, then you could share an idea pin that took people from starting the cake to baking and frosting the cake. And you could do it through those 20 slides. If you are doing DIY stuff, you could do the same thing. You start a project the before and take them through all the way to the after. And if you're teaching online like I do, then I don't have this like before and after stuff, right? Well, I can teach concepts. So I can say, okay, how do you use idea pins? And I could make a whole idea pin all about how you use idea pins. That'd be very meta, totally meta. All right, so that's what they are. Now there are no links. These don't link out to your website. This is just content that lives on Pinterest. So why would you want to do that if there's no links? Well, the whole goal behind idea pins are that you are going to be getting a lot more exposure and people are going to be able to click on your content and come and follow you. So that's what idea pins are for. And the reason why I recommend using them right now is because they are what is getting the most exposure, the most engagement, the most views. Idea pins are really what's hot right now. And one of the reasons is it's a fairly new feature for Pinterest. And when there's ever a new feature, Pinterest pushes those out. The other thing, they're very similar to your Reels and TikTok videos. And so people are really loving the video content. And so this is Pinterest's way to get that video content on Pinterest so that more people are viewing and engaging. The other difference with idea pins is that you can react to the pin. You can like heart, comment, those kind of things. So you might think, okay, there are idea pins and there are carousel pins. So what's the difference? Well, let's break it down. Carousel pins have 2 to 5 images. They call them cards. Each card can be linked to a different URL. You can comment and save these. On carousel pins, it will take days or maybe weeks to get any traction. Okay, so those are carousel pins. On idea pins, you can have up to 20 images or videos. There are no links, there are reactions. But the cool thing about this is that they can follow or go directly to your profile from your idea pin. So that's kind of the goal with idea pins, is to get more exposure and get more people to your account. You can tag up to 10 topics on your idea pin, which is really helpful because you know on Pinterest that keywords and searching is a huge deal. And you can instantly are going to see results by posting idea pins. Okay, you're going to really see a lot more engagement and a lot more views and shares with your idea pins as opposed to your carousel pins. So have I convinced you? I hope I've convinced you to use idea pins. I would definitely use idea pins over carousel pins. I am really splitting my time between regular pins from my website, like my blog posts, and pinning those. So those are just the regular old pins. And then idea pins. I'm not spending a lot of time on carousel pins because they're not getting a lot of traction. I would spend your efforts here on idea pins. So how do you best use these idea pins? I've convinced you, you're gonna use them, right? You're gonna use them, right? All right, so how do you use them? Let's go through my 7 steps. Number 1 is to tell a story from beginning to end. Don't just don't just connect videos and images that don't make sense together, but use as many pages as you need to. You have up to 20 to tell a story from start to finish. This is a great way to start teaching and sharing and showing your whole process. Even if you have like a product and you're like, well, like what's my before and after? What's my story? What if you show ways that you can use that product from start to finish, or how that product is made, or different types of that product? So maybe you have like different colors or different variations. Tell that story. Use that to tell that story. These are going to be similar things that you use in your Reels or on TikTok. These videos, the videos that you're sharing there, are the same type of things that you can share over on Pinterest. Number 2 is when you're creating them, I would use a mix between images and video. 96% of Pinterest users are on Pinterest and they don't have their sound on. And so it's good to have captions on your videos, and also just keep it fresh. Use images and videos to keep people engaged. Third is optimize for mobile. So this is different than your other pins. If you create a video with your phone, like this in portrait, then that is the size that you want to use, because I think it's 85% of Pinterest users are looking on their phone when they're looking at Pinterest. So we want to optimize for that. We want to make it as easy as possible to view on our phone, since most of the people are viewing on their phone. Number 4 is to focus on value. I think of the 4 E's: educate, entertain, encourage, or empower your people. You really want to add value, because you're not linking to your website, right? And so you have to add value so that people understand why they would want to follow you. And if you add value in that pin, then guess what? Then they're going to click on your profile, follow you, and see your other content. So this is a really great way, just like Reels are for Instagram, to get exposure. I always say lead with value, right? If people don't care about me, they don't really care about my business, right? They care about how I help their business, how I can make their business better. They care about them. That's just how it is. You're here not just because you like me, although I hope you like me. You're here because I have things that will help your business grow. That's why you're here. And so whenever you're creating content, I keep that in mind. Lead with value. Number 5 is have a call to action. Make sure that someone knows what you want them to do when you're done with your content. So if I'm teaching and I have a idea pin that's all about the difference between idea pins and carousels, I'm going to say, hey, follow me for more Pinterest strategies. It's a very easy call to action. It's actually what I want people to do. But you could do like check out your website, or buy now, or find me on Instagram, whatever. Tell people what you want them to do, or they're not going to guess. They're not going to do it. They're just going to watch and move on. That's not what we want. We want them to watch and stay with us. Number 6 is to use keywords. So I add captions or words over each video or picture so people know what it's about. And then when you're doing description, you can have up to 10 tags. And this allows you to classify what kind of content you're creating and add those keywords, because you want these to come up when people search for your type of content. So if I were creating a Pinterest video, I could make sure that I have Pinterest strategies, Pinterest for business, those kind of keywords, because that's what people, would search for. How do I grow on Pinterest? I would think about those kind of keywords that people would actually search for to find my content, and I would use those in the idea pin. And number 7 is going to be to repurpose the content that you're already making. So you are already creating Reels on Instagram, or you're creating videos on TikTok. You can repurpose those and bring them over to Pinterest. I would start there, right? Start with those that you've already created. Now, while it's easy to do, I would not recommend this. You are able to go to your reel and just share it directly onto Pinterest. You can do the same thing on TikTok as well. But I do not recommend it. And the reason I don't recommend it is it's not going to do much for you, because then it's just a pin or a video pin on Pinterest. If you download your video from Instagram or TikTok and upload them as an idea pin, then you suddenly are building these idea pins. And so that's what I recommend doing. In my next video, I'm going to show you how you can do it without a watermark and how I recommend doing that, but we'll focus here for now. So those are the 7 steps to creating great idea pins. And if you start doing this, you are actually going to see a lot more engagement a lot faster than any other action on Pinterest. So make sure when you're creating your content, you're really thinking of how can I add value to my specific audience? Don't add value to someone else's audience. If you are a DIYer, you do not need to talk about cake decorating, right? No, you need to stay in your lane and create content that's going to really serve your audience and attract the people that you want to your brand. All right, idea pins are fantastic. I can't wait for you to use them. If you have questions, will you leave them below? and let me know how I can help you grow your Pinterest. If you are scared of doing it and you're overwhelmed, then hey, we will take this on for you, and you can find out more about my marketing agency below as well. Thank you for being here. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time.